Welcome. We're going to be talking you through now how you can add tenders to your project. So obviously I've already set up my project in the previous tutorial. This is how we can actually add a tender to do that. Now let's have a quick walk through the actual project page itself. On the left hand side here you'll see a black and white house, which is a visual representation of your building project. Now obviously that isn't your house and it's not your extension. This is there to show visually what each trade does in relative terms to a building project. It's not exact, but it's a helpful way of actually visualizing what everything does. And on the right hand side you'll see here a full list of all the different trades that there are available. In fact, I can actually scroll down through this list here and you can actually see all the different trades that are there. Now, if I actually put my cursor over them, the picture on the left lights up with all the relative areas of what that particular trade does. As I say, it's purely a representation just to help people who may not be used to building to try and see what everything does. Obviously, you put your cursor over windows, it's going to light up windows. But it's very good for things like electrician first, plumber first, carpenter first, and then explain the difference between electrical second, plumbing second, carpenter second. So it's a very good way of doing it. And you can actually click on each one and it will open up to tell you and explain really what each trade actually does. As we scroll down the page, you can actually see here what trades have been added, and in this project I've already added in a clearance and demolition trade, and below there would be a schedule. Now the schedule hasn't been highlighted because I've not actually accepted any trades whatsoever. I've actually sent out a tender so far, which was for clearance and demolition. In fact, if I click on here, it actually shows me whether I want to review any quotes that have come in, cancel the tender completely, or DIY, which is where I'm going to decide to actually do that particular job myself, and I don't actually need any tenders. So I'm still waiting for some quotes to come in for that one at the moment, but I only did that a few minutes ago, so I won't expect any to come in yet. So I want to also add another trade now. So I can either add a trade by selecting it on this drop down here, like say groundworks, and clicking this plus button here. Or when I'm doing trades, when I come into this tender page, I can actually select another trade here additionally. Okay. On the left hand side here is information about my project itself, which is what is going to be sent over to the trades for the tender, and on the right is information I need to add. So my preferred start date for the groundworks, I want to start a week after to give myself enough time for the demolition to have taken place in the clearance. So I'm actually going to tell them I want them to start about on the 8th of May. Details of what I need some excavation work done before building work commences. There we go. And tender close date is the last date I want my quotes to be received by. So obviously I want them to come to me as quickly as possible, so I would like them coming by next Monday. So there we go. So they've got till next Monday to get all their quotes into me for me to make the final decision, and then I submit that, and that's it. My tender has been created. It is as simple as that. And I can return to my project by clicking project details here. And I can now see in my trades I've added groundworks in there and I'm waiting for quotes to come in. Okay, so that's how you add a tender, and that's how you start to build up the different trades. And in the next tutorial, we'll have a look at ways that you can actually manage quotes as they come through to you.